Well, yet again, another busy day upon us, and we just got an announcement out of Social Security where they're updating a variety of different things here, including direct deposits. They are going to be expediting this process, as well as benefit claims, again, expediting that process and making it maybe a little bit more difficult, maybe to do some of these different things. Well, I want to share with you exactly what Social Security just announced in a press release and what was confirmed by the Social Security Commissioner. I'll talk you through all the details about it, and then I'll get into the chat here in a little while. I don't know, 10, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe at the absolute most. I will get into the chat box and we can talk there. I'll answer your questions as much as I can, and we will talk through all the details that we need to know as of right now, and again, what was just released by Social Security. Now, I'm going to talk through the details here really quickly. When I get into the chat, before I get into the chat, I will put a link for the press release, again, that was just released by the Social Security Administration. I will put that into the chat box so you can check it out there. But again, let me explain everything really quickly here. And then as soon as I get into the chat, I will stick that link in there. And then obviously when I wrap up this live stream as well, I will put the link for the press release that just came out of Social Security moments ago into the description of this video as well. It's not there quite yet, but when I end this live stream here, I will put it down below in the description. Okay, let's talk about it. Again, another busy day. A lot of things have been happening. It's nuts to see all these changes. In fact, they even brought a press release on Sunday. A couple days ago, they brought a press release on Sunday, which honestly is really weird. Typically, we don't hear anything out of them on weekends, but we did. A couple days ago on Sunday, we got that press release. But anyway, we're talking about a new press release, again, that just hit the wire like a short time ago. I wanted to do some cross-referencing information on this, which is why I am here now talking about this. But yes, this was just introduced like 45 minutes ago or so when it was released. Okay. So here's what's going on. Remember, last week, what day was it? Honestly, I don't remember which day it was. It was last week, maybe like on Tuesday or so, give or take a couple days. It was around there. But anyway, we got a press release out that Social Security was going to be changing the parameters on how they would be accepting basically the change of direct deposit information, right? I jumped on a live stream at that time last week when that information hit the wire. And that's what they did. So basically what they were doing is they were no longer allowing somebody to come in and change their direct deposit information over the phone, right? So previously, somebody could literally call in on Social Security and be like, hey, my name is, XYZ. Here's my information to authenticate that it's really me. And they could change the direct deposit information. Well, that's not very good because unfortunately, the people that were maybe doing this, again, a lot of which were authentic, but then also a lot of people were not authentic and then basically just changing the benefit into somebody else's account and basically taking that person's benefit, right? Not a good situation. But anyway, so they're basically discontinuing the option to change direct deposit information over the phone when you call the 1-800 number that we've all called so many times, right? Okay, so anyway, they're changing that, okay? So that's number one. But they're also expediting. Now, this press release that was just brought out today, just a short time ago, this press release that was released by Social Security is basically talking about the direct deposit, again, as far as the expediting of these changes. So let me tell you a couple different things here. There's more to it than just this, so I'll get into that here in just a second. But number one is they're going to be expediting the process. Now, this is interesting because prior to this announcement here, it was a 30-day wait time. So basically somebody calls in, they change their direct deposit information, and then basically it was a 30-day waiting time frame from basically the time that they got the request to change the direct deposit information. It was a 30-day wait until they actually changed it. Now they're expediting it to 1 day. 1 day is how much well, they're changing it to just literally 1 day. So basically you call in or, you change your direct deposit information and then they expedite that to just basically take effect 1 business day later. So that's, honestly pretty cool. However, they're also implementing further identity proofing. Now, what do I mean by that? If somebody wants to call in and maybe start the claims process for their for the benefit claim, and again, fill in the blank with whatever type of benefit, some of which you need to go to a physical office for, some you can do online, some you can do over the phone. But here's the thing. If somebody wants to basically start their application or basically start their process of applying for their benefit, They can do that in a couple different ways. Number one, you could call in and basically say, hey, I want to start my benefit and these details like this. Okay, that's fine. But with this next basically identity proofing, what they're basically saying is that you can start the process for your application and your benefits to start over the phone. However, it will not be completed until that individual comes in and actually proves their identity. What I mean by this is you can go on through the My Social Security account, which again, I've talked about that many times before in previous videos. I actually just talked about it earlier today in a separate video. That video this afternoon, I talked about it. But anyway, you can go onto your My Social Security account, okay? It's online. It's totally free to do so right on the Social Security website. I've signed up myself. In fact, I was just over there poking around on the website a couple days ago, looking around in my Social Security account for my own personal self, right? But that's something you can sign up for free on the Social Security website, and it's a really nice, helpful tool. You certainly don't need to log in every day to look at it, but it is something that's really nice. So that's one place that somebody could do that, because in order to actually log on there and get access to your My Social Security account, you basically need to proof your identity. So that's one way that people could do it. Or the other option is, and I honestly don't love this one, but this is the option that's out there, is by visiting a local field office and say, hey, here I am, look at me, and, whip out your identity and prove your identity there, which is not going to be very helpful for a lot of people. But unfortunately, this is one of the ways that people are going to have to do this, is because if somebody can no longer authenticate over the phone by proving their identity, the other option would be, number one, physically go into a field office, or number two, go onto your My Social Security account on the Social Security website and basically prove someone's identity there. If they don't have access to the internet, or they don't have great internet access, or they have not signed up, something like that, well, then they have a little bit of an issue. Number one, they could sign up on there, which honestly is a little bit of a headache to do. I've done it. Like I said, I have the My Social Security account. It's a lot of steps to prove your identity and all things like that, but that's one of the options and what they're doing. Now, this is a 2-week process over the next 2 weeks, basically between now and the end of this month, which, by the way, today is Tuesday, March 18th. In 2 weeks from now, we'll be the very last day of March, which will be March 31st. And then actually, is that right? Monday, I think. Monday is the 31st. I think Tuesday is April 1st. I think that's right. Anyway, it's a 2-day thing, or sorry, 2-week. It's a 2-week process here, where they're basically coming in and they're rolling this out, basically training frontline employees within Social Security on how to deal with this and what to do to basically authenticate somebody's information and their identity, things like that, and making sure that they're rolling out all of these safe measures here for direct deposit information as well. And again, this is basically just to safeguard benefits, okay? Now, I know I said this the other day in a separate video, or maybe earlier today, whatever. I've said it a couple times recently, but I know this is super annoying. Like, oh, they're making this harder for us to get benefits. They're making it more difficult for us to change our direct deposit information. Like, what if my banking information changes? I totally get it. It can be very annoying. I mean, seriously, anytime that something like this changes, and especially if you don't have great access to the My Social Security account, like I just said, or something like that, again, this is going to be really tough for a lot of people who may need to go into a local field office to authenticate all this information. I know it's super annoying, but here's the goal of this at the end of the day, is to basically safeguard, number one, the beneficiary, and also safeguard the program as well. Now, you heard me talk about this last week as well, when they changed the direct deposit information, and I found this to be a little bit shocking. I didn't realize the statistics were this bad, but apparently 40% of the fraud within Social Security comes from people calling in saying, hey, my name is, XYZ, whatever, and I want to change my direct deposit information. Meanwhile, it's really not that person. They have that person's information, they change the direct deposit information, and they essentially start taking that person's benefit. 40% of the fraud within Social Security is coming from that. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that if you want to eradicate a lot of the bad stuff going on within Social Security, as in people taking other people's benefit, that'd probably be the first step to do, is eradicate that and no longer allow that to be an option where people call in and basically say, hey, I want to change my direct deposit information. Especially with all of our information essentially being out there on the dark web somewhere or available at some point somewhere, like all of our information has essentially been leaked out there. If they have that information, it'd be super easy for them to call and answer some security questions and basically pretend to be somebody else and then change direct deposit information. That's a really sad situation. And then unfortunately, the beneficiary whose benefit are wrongly taken from them, in most cases, don't even know about it until a month later, a couple months later, whatever, when they're like, hey, what happened to my benefit? What happened? Like I was getting it. I didn't get my deposit this month. What happened, right? And then they have to go through this process where reinstating the original bank account and all kinds of things like this, and going through the process of eradicating that, that other person that has come in and essentially taken their benefit. It's a whole headache. We don't want to deal with that, right? Nobody wants to deal with that, especially a senior or somebody living with a disability, living on benefits. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's a major, major issue. And again, why they're rolling out some of these different details here and basically safeguarding the beneficiary, safeguarding the program as a whole, and honestly making it a little bit more difficult to file those applications, because that's another big issue as well, which is people calling in again saying, hey, my name is X and I'd like to file for my retirement benefit today. Okay, which deposit account would you like that to be put into, right? And they pretend that they're somebody else when really they're not, and they start taking somebody's benefit. Unfortunately, that's the case, and that does happen. So this is something that they're talking about, and again, just released today in this press release, and again, confirmed by the Social Security Commissioner, Lee Dudek, talked about this as well. So yeah, this is what they're implementing here, okay? So it's not going to be a fun thing. However, let's just say this much as well. If you are already receiving benefits and you have no intentions of changing your direct deposit information anytime soon, then this probably shouldn't have much of an impact on you if you already are currently a beneficiary. Like if you're already getting your benefits, you have no intentions of changing your deposit account anywhere anytime soon. If you're in that situation, it really shouldn't have a ton of impact on you. Unless for some reason you need to change your direct deposit information or whatever the situation may be, then it might open up a can of worms where you might need to, figure out a way to authenticate your actual identity. Is that going to make sense, right? All right, so that's about it. And again, it's a 2-week time frame here where they're basically going through this 2-week transition period where they're basically rolling all this out, the new parameters here, and that's what it's going to go into. But again, I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again really quickly. They're expediting the change for direct deposits. Before, it was a 30-day wait time, and now it's a 1 business day wait time, which is honestly pretty cool, right? That's pretty nice if somebody were in the situation where they're going to be changing their direct deposit information, okay? All right, so I have the article pulled up right here on my phone. I'm going to grab the link for it. I'll put it down into the chat right now, so give me I don't know, I'm kind of slow. Give me 45 seconds, however long it takes me to grab this link, and I'll put it down below in the chat box here on the live stream, and you can look at it there. If you want to see the press release, again, out of Social Security, literally just today, not that long ago, 45, 50, an hour ago, or something like that, you can read it for yourself. Okay, here we go. How do I get this? Copy, okay. Okay, hang on a second. I have to pull up the chat now. It's always kind of a slow process. Got to wait for this to load. And I'm getting notifications. That's in my way. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting notifications. Apparently the astronauts are just coming back right now, so my phone is going nuts with all these notifications. So hang on, I'm pulling up the live stream. Okay, here we go. And then I have that link copied here for the press release. Again, if you want to see it for yourself and read exactly what they're saying, I'll put it into the chat here in just a second. Here we go. I'll tell you when. All right, here we go. Right now, into the chat right now, you should see a link. I just stuck it there. That is the press release out of Social Security, literally I don't know, an hour ago, something like that. They just released that today, okay? Talking about the expedited direct deposit information being updated, as well as new claims for benefits and things like this, changing as far as that goes, and the proofing of identities. Yeah, okay? So everything I talked about so far. I just want to check and make sure that that link is there. It should be. Nice. Kit Kat, I see you there. Thanks, Kit Kat. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep, I see the link there. So you see the link there. I just stuck it in the chat. If you want to see that press release, go ahead. Otherwise, if you're just jumping on right now, basically I'm just talking about a press release that came out of Social Security today where they're updating and expediting direct deposit information. In other words, if somebody changes their direct deposit information, rather than having that 30-day delay or hold on it, it's now going to be reduced down to 1 business day. And they're also basically implementing some other safeguards within Social Security so that if somebody calls in and wants to file for their benefit, in other words, like apply for their benefit and get their benefits going forward, they can start the process over the phone, but they would have to authenticate their identity before they can actually fulfill and complete that process. So, and again, this can be done through the My Social Security account. Again, totally free to sign up on the Social Security website. I've done it. It's honestly, they ask a bunch of questions, a bunch of authentication questions. It's honestly kind of annoying. It's a long process. It took me a while anyway. I'm also kind of slow with that kind of thing. But yeah, you can do that on the Social Security website. Otherwise, the other option would be going to a field office and authenticating identity there. So yeah, exactly. It's to protect the beneficiary and ultimately protect the program. That's why they're doing all this. Yeah. Even though it doesn't seem like it, even though it sounds like, oh, they're just making it more difficult for us. I totally understand. It feels that way. But at the end of the day, it's to help protect us, yeah, and our benefit. B, good question. B is asking, will they take 100% of our monthly benefit for SSI with the clawbacks of the 100% reinstatement of the basically the garnishment? No. Okay, no. For everybody else, yes. For SSI, no. Okay, so that's the thing. I want to clarify really quickly. Everybody else except for SSI, yes, it goes back to 100%. But for SSI beneficiaries, no, it remains at 10%. Okay, 10% for SSI. Everybody else goes to 100%. Okay, yep, it's gonna want to make that very clear so we're all on the same page here. That's the parameter. So B, there you go. That's the answer to that one. And yep, that's coming next week as well for sure. Doom, what is the name? Is it Doom TV? Is that what it is? I'm not sure what you mean by your message there, but I see that. Yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. By the way, as long as I still have that the link for the press release copied here, I will stick it down below in the chat one more time here again. Here we go. Okay, I'm sticking in the chat again right here, right now. So if you see that link from me in the chat right now, that is, again, the press release out of Social Security just like an hour or so ago, give or take a little bit. You can read it for yourself if you want. Otherwise, when I wrap up this live stream as well, I will put that link down below in the description. So again, you can look at it there if you'd like. Okay, so anyway, that is it. And what we're talking about right here. By the way, if you're just joining right now, I talked about all the details of this press release in the first like 10 minutes or so of this live stream. I'd say scroll it back and check that out. But yeah, we're just talking about that press release. Yep. Nice. Nice. James Lara. Yeah, I see you there. Thanks for watching. Nice to see you. Jimmy Bailey is saying, how much are we getting? Has nothing to do with what I'm talking about here. So I'm no, that's not what I'm talking about. Never said that, by the way. Yep. Margaret Meadham, is that what it is? Margaret, hey, I see you there. Nice to have you. Sorry, can't talk. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, if you saw that video from this morning, I saw a couple comments rolling in saying, hey, like, what's with your eyes? They're like super weird. I was wearing my glasses. My glasses are sitting right here. My glasses, it's the reflection of the ring light. So where the camera sits, there's a ring light. It's like a round light that it sits there. So when I have these glasses on, it gives like a reflection. You see that? So it makes it look like I have like super creepy eyes, right? Which, I mean, my eyes are kind of creepy anyway. Let's be real. I know that, but that's what that was all about. So anyway, people that were wondering about that, it's literally just a reflection of the light. So there you go. Raynette Ashford, is that what it is? Raynette Ashford, you're asking how much will SSI receive? Um, I don't know your situation. 967 is the maximum. $1,450 is the maximum for a married couple. I'm not talking about people getting anything right now. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Okay, so I'm not sure like where that came from. I've seen a couple comments about that. That's not what I'm talking about. Yep, talking about a press release out of Social Security. James Barlow, good question. Yeah, James Barlow is asking, is your SSDI okay if you've been drawing for about a year, your direct deposit information? Yeah, it should be. And again, I don't know your exact situation, but again, if you've been receiving benefits for a year and you have no intentions of changing your direct deposit information and you've been getting those benefits month after month and you're good, yeah, you should be totally fine there. If you have no intentions of changing your direct deposit information, you should be totally fine, right? As of right now. But if you want to change your direct deposit account, well, that's when things are going to get to be a little bit of a mess, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, James Barlow, I hope that answers it for you. But yeah, you should be good. You should be totally fine. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, B, you're very welcome. Thank you. Yep. Hopefully that was helpful. Nice. B, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. I see your messages there. James Laura, what happened to the glasses? Still testing, a little bit of testing. Yeah, they're smart glasses, so they literally talk to me as I'm wearing them. They're talking in my ear, so still trying to get used to it. I'm gonna test a little bit more with them, so just hang on. I'm not gonna wear them in every video for sure, but I'm just kind of testing to see if it's gonna work or not. So yeah, exactly. Nice. Legend Nebula. Hey, Legend, so nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. I always start saying that, like, happy, what is today? Tuesday. Yeah. So anyway, Legend, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Yep. Thanks for being here. Renee Ashford, again, I see your message there talking about you receive SSI. What's going on with this? Realistically, you should be totally fine. I mean, seriously, you're good, right? If you're already getting benefits and you have no intentions of, well, changing your direct deposit information, or if you're in the process of, already getting your benefit and you're not applying for benefits, things like that, you should be good for the most part, right? Until they come up with more changes, right? But that's as of right now, based on this press release. Nice. Pamela K. Design. Hey, Pamela K. Design. So nice to see you. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here, Pamela. So awesome to have you. Nice. Okay, Kit Kat. Awesome. Confirming that the link is there. Great. Thank you. I know the link gets buried kind of fast here in the chat. That's okay, though. Just want to stick it there a few times so everybody can see it. Nice. Linda Provencher. Hello, Linda. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, Susan Ryan confirming also. Thanks for being here, Susan Ryan. Nice to see you. James Lara, I see you there as well. Thank you. Leslie, I see you there as well. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Yep, good afternoon. Yeah, Marco, I see you there as well. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon, Tuesday. Yeah, good Tuesday afternoon, I think is what I'm supposed to say. Sorry, sometimes I mix up words a little bit. But yeah, Marco, I see you there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Interesting. Joe Minnick. Yeah, Joe Minnick. That's interesting. Yeah, hopefully you don't get removed from the program. That'd be really bad. That's a really bad situation for a lot of people. Unfortunately, hundreds of thousands of people get removed from different benefit types every single year. Yeah, it's a bad situation. So yeah, I'll certainly keep you posted. Interesting. Joe Minnick, by the way, there was a guy here. At first, I thought it was like you, but it wasn't. I think it was Chris Minnix. Same last name as you, but the last letter was an X, not like your last name. So anyway, I thought that was super interesting. When I thought I was like, oh, there's Joe, and I was like, wait, it's a little bit of a different last name. It started with or it ended with an X. Otherwise, the spelling was the exact same. So I thought that was interesting. James Lara just landed in the capsule with the astronauts. Awesome. I saw that they were supposed to apparently splash down just off the coast of Florida. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I saw earlier in the day. I don't know. That's pretty interesting, right? Yeah. Susan Ryan waving her hands all around. By the way, let me throw this out there really quickly as well. I have not talked about this in a video, but I'll just throw it out there really quickly. An update out of Social Security and Doge, by the way. Okay, so remember how Doge and Elon have been coming out saying, oh, there's tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dead people getting Social Security. And I've come back in videos and saying that statistically doesn't make any sense. There's no possible way that they are. Maybe in some rare instances, there's a few people out there, for sure. I mean, there's going to be mistakes with the sheer volume of payments that Social Security is sending out, the new people that are coming on to get benefits, the people that are, no longer getting benefits. There's bound to be mistakes within the program. That's okay. I mean, obviously they want to be as efficient as they possibly can and as accurate as possible, but just with the sheer volume of people getting benefits, there's always going to be bound to be some mistakes, right? Anyway, long story short, apparently I saw this out there, and again, I haven't talked about this yet, and I probably won't talk about it anywhere just because it doesn't really matter, but apparently they've updated 3.2 million records of people that are 120 years old, and they marked them as deceased. Okay, so there you go, okay? So they've updated 3.2 million records within Social Security so far, more to come for those people that are 120 years old, okay? So there you go. Okay, so apparently they're going to do a whole bunch more of these, but apparently they've knocked off 3.2 million out of the probably tens of millions within the records that still need to have their designation changed. Yeah. Nice, Deborah Chapman. Thank you. I see your messages there. Thank you for sticking up. Yeah, appreciate it. And Linda. Yeah, Linda Provencher as well. Thank you. Appreciate both of you. Yeah, Mama, short, is that what it is? Yeah, you said you just saw the astronauts land. Interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't watch that, but interesting. That's pretty cool. Good question. So James Lara is saying, if we lose our benefits, will we still get our food stamps? It's a really good question, James. Again, it's all going to be coming down to somebody's personal, I was going to say preferences. It's not about preferences. It's about somebody's personal situation is really what it comes down to. I guess the big question that I would wonder is, if somebody's going to lose their benefit, what would be the reason behind losing their benefit, right? I'm going to say this much as well. There's been a lot of fear out there, not nearly as much recently. I think we've kind of calmed this down a little bit. But previously, up until, a couple weeks ago, there was a ton of fear out there that, Doge is going to scrape away all the benefits. They're going to discontinue programs. They're going to cancel the program. They're going to end benefits. They're going to reduce the benefits for everybody. And I think we've kind of clarified that enough recently where that's not the case. They're not doing that whatsoever. That's not happening. And again, I know that all of you know that. I've talked about it many, many times. But for a while there were a lot of people out there that were very scared about it. But James, really good question. If you lose your benefit, I guess the big question would be is, why are you losing your benefit? Is it because you just made a boatload of money and now your income is above the threshold that makes you eligible to receive it? Has your situation changed? Like, why would you lose your benefit, right? So that'd be my first question, is why would you lose your benefit? And again, it's going to be based on your personal situation. If you make a ton of money and you get kicked off the program because of your income, well, then I'd say, yeah, your SNAP benefits are probably going to be ended at that point then again too, right? But that'd be like the only reason why, right? And again, it's going to be based on somebody's own personal situation. So honestly, I wouldn't really worry about it. If nothing is changing with your situation, I would say don't worry about losing your benefit, number one. And number two, certainly don't worry about your SNAP benefits being reduced or removed or lost or anything like that either. So I hope that answers it for you, James. Nice. Alfonso Scotts, and they landed. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah. I'll have to listen to that later. Something like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice. TLC Carol. Hello. Nice to see you checking in. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you. TLC Carol. Awesome to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Michelle Webb is asking, can I draw off my ex-husband's Social Security provided we were married for at least 15 years? The answer is most likely yes. The only exception to the rule with that would be is if you remarried, the answer would be no. Okay, so Michelle Webb, as long as you are not remarried, you should be good to do that. So yeah, you certainly can do that. Yep, you can get benefits off of your ex-spouse. The marriage had to have lasted at least 10 years, but again, you can't be remarried. So if you are, well, then you kind of lost your benefit there. You wouldn't be able to do that. But if you are not remarried, Michelle, yeah, you probably can. Okay. And again, I don't know your exact situation, so don't quote me on exactly everything there. Again, everybody has their own situation, but those are kind of the general parameters around that. So, yep. Nice. Susan Ryan, I see it. Nice. Thank you. James Lara. Yep. Yep. I'm just seeing some comments here. Not really specifically any questions, but yes. By the way, I saw Marco there saying, stop pushing your sponsors. Here's the thing. It's free. It's 100% for free, okay? Have you heard me say a single word about them at all in this live stream? Haven't said a single word about them, right? Here's the thing. It's free. It's an absolutely 100% free service. So, I don't know. I love free stuff. If I can provide something to you here in this community, again, alongside all the videos, which are always 100% for free, literally everything I do here is 100% for free. I've never asked anybody in this community for a single penny. I never will. Why? I don't want your money, okay? I've never asked you for your money. I never will. But here's the thing. Can I possibly provide free things sometimes? That's exactly what it is. It's literally a free service to help people out navigate Medicare. That's all it is. Literally, if you don't want help navigating Medicare, then don't do it. Who cares? If you want to do it yourself, then fine. That's okay. You can. You have that right. You absolutely can do that. All that I know is last year when I was helping my parents navigate Medicare and sign up and get a supplement, it was an absolute disaster. It was such a disaster. And I feel like we know it pretty well. And we got them in the wrong plan. It was not a good situation. So again, we made the partnership to help people here in this community with a free service to literally have an expert work on your behalf to find you the best plan with the best coverages at the best price for your personal preferences. Free, 100% for free, okay? And again, I'm not asking for any money. Literally, I've never asked anybody here in this community for any money whatsoever. And I never will. Why? Because I don't want your money. That's not what this is about. It's about me helping you in any way that I possibly can through these videos and providing free stuff, free services, free education, free information, free everything here on the channel. It's all it is, okay? You don't have to do anything. It doesn't matter. If you want to navigate yourself, that's totally fine. But all I know is after doing that with my parents last year, it was such a mess. We got them the wrong plan, had a million questions, and it was like, it would have been really nice to have somebody that's an expert on this, look through all the plans and find us a good solution. And at that point, you can kind of make a decision if you want to get the plan or not. And again, by the way, a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of the plans, like a huge percentage of the plans out there are zero premium. That's really cool. Literally a zero premium plan, and you pay nothing for it, and then you get all the benefits of it. That's sweet. That's awesome. Apparently like 65% of Medicare Advantage plans are 0% premium. I mean, $0 premium. That's incredible. That's awesome. That's really, really cool, right? And then you get a lot of benefits on top of it. So anyway, just want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. Yep. Nice. Charles Easter. Charles Easter. Easter's coming up in about a month and 2 days. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm sure you hear that literally like every single time. Sorry. That was inappropriate of me. I apologize about that. But yeah, I like your last name, right? Anyway, you're asking, will Social Security checks be higher? Will Social Security checks be higher? As of right now, for the bulk of beneficiaries, not right now, but there's a lot of information that's out there right now. However, about 3.2 million people will be seeing significantly higher benefit checks in about 2 weeks or so. Millions of people will be seeing a higher benefit check starting in April. I've talked about that before in other videos. That's a whole nother can of worms that I don't want to open up right here. But those people will be. And again, yes, Social Security is still sending out massive, massive lump sum payments, again, to millions of people. Not everybody, definitely not everybody. There's a bunch of projections out there as far as what the COLA is going to look like for next year. That's still a very long time out from now. But yeah, as of now, Charlie, is that what it is? Charles, sorry, Charles Easter. I hope that answers your question. Yep, thanks for being here, Charles. Is it Rufina? Rufina? Hey, if I'm saying your name incorrectly, I apologize about that. I'm really sorry about that. But really good question. You're asking, if I worked for 26 years and retired, would I get a raise to my benefit because of the Social Security Fairness Act? The answer is, well, I don't know your exact situation. I know that's an annoying answer. That's like maybe, like the worst answer in the world. Well, maybe. Well, okay, sorry, but I don't know your exact situation. Did you work in one of the professions of including but not limited to postal worker, firefighter, teacher, police officer, something like that, where you did not pay in through Social Security payroll taxes? If that's the case, then maybe, okay? If you worked in one of those professions, then maybe. If you did not work in any one of those professions and you worked in a career that you paid Social Security payroll taxes through literally every single one of your paychecks, which, by the way, Social Security payroll taxes, I should say, on your pay stub are represented as FICA, F-I-C-A, okay? That is Social Security tax, okay? So if you paid those, and you did not contribute through one of those other professions that I rattled off there, then I would say probably not. You're not going to be impacted there. But if you did work in one of those professions, then I'd say maybe. And the reason I say maybe is because I don't know your exact situation. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, so yeah. Sorry. That I know it's a very vague answer, but it's kind of where it's at right now. It's really hard to know without knowing literally like every single one of your little details about what your personal situation. And please do not leave that in the chat at all. That should not be left in the public domain. Is it John McMary? John McMary. Hello, John McMary. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Yep, I see your message there. It looks like you have a hand shaking emoji. Awesome. I like it. Thank you. Nice. Oh, and a couple peace signs as well. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks, John. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Nice. Kit Kat lives in Florida, and they're getting the astronauts out by boat. That's kind of cool, right? Yeah. That's interesting. Nice. I think they have to go into, and again, I don't know anything about this, and this is totally off topic. I think they have to go into like is it like a hypobaric chamber or something? Is that right? Am I saying that correctly? Hypobaric chamber, something like that to like, I don't know. Something like that. I should look that up again. I don't know. They have to do something. They can't just like come back from outer space and be like, well, here I am, back to live my life. They have to like decompress or something. I don't know. There's something weird about it, but I don't know. I'm kind of fascinated by that kind of stuff, even though apparently I know nothing about it. Right? DCOGS. Is that what it is? DCOGS? DCOGS. Really good question. You're asking, are we expected to get any money from Social Security beneficiaries or taxpayers? Really good question. Kind of depends on the situation. There's multiple different proposals that are out there right now. We've got the Doge dividend, which we've talked about, the $5,000 there. Again, based on Doge performance and how much money they save. We've got the proposal out of the Senior Citizens League, which I introduced in a live stream a few days ago. Again, the TSCL, the Senior Citizens League, a $495 lump sum payment there. That's another one. And then again, my plan, which I honestly think happens to be the best. Why? Because it's actually an approach that's feasible. But this one right here, the SSA Savings Supplement, which I introduced yesterday morning. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I had to think like for a second. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday morning. If you did not see that video, I would highly advise, if you can, if you don't have to, it doesn't matter if you don't want to. But if you want to check out the video from yesterday morning, watch it on this. It's from yesterday morning. I think the title is something like, here it is, $300 monthly raise or something like that. Watch that video, leave your comments, and give me your feedback. It's this right here. I have my wife, Corey, comes in. She reads the whole thing to you. It's a tiered approach of how much people should be getting as a raise to their benefit based on their monthly benefit amount, and we're calling it the SSA Savings Supplement, literally redistributing money from Doge savings back to Social Security beneficiaries. The lower benefit, the bigger of a raise you get. So anyway, I'd love to hear your feedback on this. If you want to share in that video from yesterday morning, please watch it. Give me your feedback. If you love it, tell me. If you hate it, tell me. I want to do what I can to represent all of you here in the community as much as possible and do anything I can to, again, accurately, do what I can to just make sure that we're getting the best fit for everybody, okay? So anyway, check it out. I think it's pretty good. Tiered approach. Is it the best ever? I mean, I think it's pretty good. Could it possibly get some changes? Probably. Could it be amended? For sure. Again, that's why I want everybody's feedback to know, like, what should we do to it? What should we do to make it better? Things like that. Anyway, video was yesterday morning. Yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Charles Easter. Yes, I answered your question. I'm just seeing, I'm going up on the chat here, so I'm seeing older messages, but yes. Yep. Michelle Webb, looks like you have like an emoji face that's crying. Ugh. Sounds like based on the answer that I gave you, you may not be eligible. I don't know. Again, I hope that's not the case, but yeah, Michelle Webb, I hope that was helpful for you, the answer that I gave you, but hopefully you can still grab some of those benefits from your ex-husband. Yeah. Is it John Lakenka? Is that what it is? John Lakenka? I could be saying your last name incorrectly. I apologize if I am, but hey, John, good question. You're saying any word on the marriage penalty yet? I haven't seen a single word about it in, I don't know, maybe a couple months or so. Yeah, so as of right now, no, I've not seen a single word on the marriage penalty. If I see anything on that, John, of course, I'll bring it to your attention immediately. I will let you know right away, but nothing as of recently, okay? I'll keep you posted, John. Don't worry. Jimmy Bailey is asking, are we getting the $5,000? You're talking about the $5,000 Doge dividend. Really good question. As of right now, not yet. Okay, it's all going to be predicated on the savings out of Doge. So if you hate Doge, well then, okay, that's fine. But all I'm saying is that the $5,000 comes from the performance of Doge. So it's kind of like this love-hate relationship. A lot of people despise Doge and hate it and whatever they're doing, but it's like, if you want $5,000, you should kind of be rooting for them to extract as much money as they can, because that's where you're going to get money from. So I don't know. It's kind of where it is right now. James Lara, you're funny. Yeah, James, I see you there. Nice. Okay. Yep. Kit Kat, Charles Easter, I see you there. James Lara. B. Okay, B. Good question. Yep. Follow up to your question earlier. You're saying you're a little confused. Is SSA the same as SSI? No. SSA is generally an acronym. Well, okay, here's what it stands for is Social Security Administration is what it stands for. But generally when somebody says SSA, they're referring to Social Security retirement benefits, okay? Now, a lot of times people will say something like retirement benefits or something, but it's interchangeable. When somebody says SSA, they're generally talking about retirement benefits, okay? That's just generally what they're referring to. SSI is not, definitely not the same, okay? SSI is supplemental security income. So if anybody ever says SSI, they're specifically talking about supplemental security income. SSI is administered by the Social Security Administration, but it is not retirement benefits. It's not even Social Security, to be honest. SSI benefits are technically not Social Security, but they are administered and managed by the Social Security Administration. And SSI benefits don't even come out of the trust fund from Social Security. They come out of federal general funds. Okay, so sorry, hope that didn't confuse you more, but that's what it is. Okay, so to answer your question would be is, will SSA, as in Social Security retirement benefits, again, in general, that's what it's referring to, will these benefits be subject to the 100% garnishment? The answer is yes. Retirement benefits, yes. SSI, supplemental security income, will they be subject to the 100% garnishment? No. SSI will be 10%. They're going to stay at 10%. Okay, does that make sense? So here's the thing. All benefits from Social Security will be subject to the 100% garnishment in the event of an overpayment. All benefits except SSI will be locked in at 10%. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that kind of clarifies it. So all will be 100% except for SSI will still remain at 10%. Yeah, I hope that helps a little bit further. B, I know, confusing, right? I hope I didn't just make it even more confusing. Sorry about that. Nice. Lori Grandel, is that what it is? Yeah, Lori, thank you so much for the nice message. Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. Very kind message. Thank you, Lori. Good afternoon. Is it, I'm going to say this name incorrectly. I apologize. A Salvadorian? I think that's right. A Salvadorian? I could be saying that incorrectly. I'm probably saying it wrong. I apologize. Sorry. I'm so bad at saying names. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate you. Yeah, Juanita Thompson, I see you there as well. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate you as well. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Juanita. Nice. James Lara, I see you there as well. Thanks for watching again. Desiree Lane is saying, can somebody please tell me how late I am? Well, I started this live stream, I don't know how long ago, but here's how I structure the live streams as I talk about the content in the first like 10, 12, 15 minutes of the video, however long it takes me to get through that, and then I get into the chat box where I answer questions and just communicate and just do whatever I possibly can to help everybody out. So if you want to watch the content, like as in what I was talking about with the press release and what was just released this afternoon out of Social Security, I would say roll the video back and watch the first like 8-10 minutes or so, about that long, and you will see everything I shared with you there as far as the press release out of Social Security. I hope that helps, Desiree. Yep. Tracy is saying, ain't nobody getting a stimulus. You're right. I never said that anybody was. So you're right, Tracy. 100% correct. Bingo, you are correct. And that's literally not what I was talking about here in this video. I never even mentioned that whatsoever. So yeah, you're right. We're all right. Yep. Is it Valen? Valen? I could be saying your name incorrectly. You're saying it seems like everything is just speculation. Again, this is a press release out of Social Security, so not really speculation in this case. There's certainly some speculation out there for sure. based on everything that's going on. Yep, there is some speculation, but this is again a press release that I shared in the first, like, I don't know, 10 minutes of this video, of this live stream. I talked about the press release that was just released out of Social Security this afternoon, and when I wrap this live stream up, I will put the link for the press release down below in the description of the live stream so you can read it for yourself, and if you want to see exactly what they're saying. But I talked about all the details again in the first like 10 minutes or so of the video. Yep. Yeah, Desiree Lane, I see you there again. Good afternoon. Yeah, yeah, great. Okay, so Charles Member is asking, those of us receiving Social Security, SSDI, SSI, are we supposed to expect anything from Doge? Again, I just want to reiterate, right now, nothing's coming from Doge, okay? Right now, nothing. But as of the Doge dividend plan, again, that would be out next year if they do that in the first place, but it's based on Doge savings. And they would basically send back 20% of that to us in the form of a rebate, or what they're calling as a Doge dividend. That's still a long time out in the future. They have talked about potentially expediting that and sending it out sooner than next year. We'll have to see. But again, the original parameters of that basically just go out to the taxpayers, okay? But again, I've said this before in other videos, I would fully 100% expect the original plan of the Doge dividend to be changed dramatically in a massive way, and the dollar amount to be reduced, as well as the potential eligibility for people to get it to be expanded to reach more people, but yet a dollar amount that's smaller versus $5,000. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so let me keep you posted on that as we get more information. As of recently, nothing right now, as in like this week so far, but apparently they're working on official legislation for that, and apparently the negotiations are going well with lawmakers. I will keep you posted. Okay, I'm watching everything very closely. Yes, James Lara, exactly. Can't wait for the stimulus to get here. Exactly. James Lara, I will certainly keep you posted as well. I'm watching all the details. Anything that's out there you can possibly ever take advantage of as a low income, fixed income, Social Security, SSDI, retirees, spousal, survivors, SSI, VA, senior, person with disabilities, anything like that. Of course, I'm bringing it to your attention in these videos. All right, so I think I answered most of the questions. And again, let's wrap it up there. If I missed your comment, your question, I apologize. I'm certainly not doing it on purpose, trying to do my best to get through as many comments as I possibly can. Let's leave it there. If you're just joining right now, I would say this much: go back and watch the first like 8-10 minutes maybe of this live stream. I'm talking about the press release that was released out of the Social Security Administration this afternoon. I brought it all earlier in this live stream. Scroll back and watch that. Otherwise, when I wrap this live stream up here, again, give me like 15-20 minutes or so, and I'll put the press release, the link for the press release down below in the description of this live stream, and you can read it there if you want. It's right off the Social Security website. They announced it. It's the real deal, okay? Anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Again, please subscribe if you have not done so yet. Check out that video from yesterday morning if you can. Please watch that video from yesterday morning. The title is something like, here it is, $300 monthly raise. And we're talking about this, the SSA Savings Supplement, the 3-tiered approach. Implementing a $300 raise for some beneficiary, a $200 raise for some beneficiary, and a $100 raise for some beneficiary. It's all highlighted right here in this plan, which my wife Corey reads to you in that video from yesterday morning. Please read that, leave your comments, your feedback. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And again, we're calling it the SSA Savings Supplement. Please share that video as well, the one from yesterday, with your friends, your family, your social media, anybody that you think would benefit from that. Let's get it out there. And let's get the attention of Elon, the president, things like that, so they can redistribute that money to us, the fixed income beneficiaries. Anyway, check out that video from yesterday morning. Otherwise, again, thank you so much. Please have a nice afternoon. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And again, if I missed your comment, I apologize. Certainly did not do that on purpose. Trying to get to as many comments as I can. Anyway, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. All right, so let's end this now. And I will certainly keep you posted with any further information. A lot of things are happening right now, okay? I'm here for you in any way there possibly can be. Let me know what I can do for you. Seriously, I'm here for you, okay? Got to stick together during this time. It's, again, just part of the community. Anyway, thank you so much. All right, so let's hit some buttons. Yep. All right, have a good